Hi, it's Alim. So today I'm going to teach you something that I wish I knew when I was a student, okay? I'm going to teach you how to score at least 20% or more on any test that you ever write, okay? I'm going to show you how to do this in 3 simple steps. So the first thing you want to do here, before you do any studying, okay, is what you want to do is learn exactly what this exam is going to look like before you even start studying, okay? You want to make sure that you know the format, such as, is it multiple choice, short answer, essay, is it computer-based, is it paper-based, is it, how long are you going to get on the test, how long will you get to write this test, how many questions are going to be on the test, what happens if you answer a question wrong, are you going to lose a mark, or are you just going to get 0, are certain parts of the exam going to be weighted more heavily in one area than the other. So these are the kind of things you need to know ahead of time, okay? Now, once you get the answers to these questions, then you're in a really good spot. And then you can start studying. Okay, most people do it backwards. They start studying, and then they find out what's going to be on the exam while they're writing the exam. And you never want to figure out what's going to be on the exam for the first time when you're writing it. Okay, you need to know ahead of time. So you might be asking me right now, well, how am I going to figure out this information? How am I going to actually determine what's going to be on the test? So the first thing you want to do is go to class. Okay, I know it sounds simple, but some students don't even go to class. Okay, so when you go to class, don't just go to class and just sit there. Okay, you have to go to class and pay attention for the potential answers to these questions. Okay, that's probably one of the best ways to do it. Okay, and you'd be surprised how many students don't do that. Most students, they go there, they're on their text, they're texting on their phone, they're chatting with their friends, and they're just everywhere but focusing on what the instructor is saying. And I know because I teach at a university. Okay, and I see this happen all the time. Number 2, the way you can figure out the answers to these questions is to interview your professor, right? Make an appointment and just interview them. Ask them all the questions that you want to know about the test, and they'll tell you, okay? Now, some of you might say, well, no, my prof would never tell me that. Okay, so first of all, try that. Just try it, because you'd be surprised. Second of all, if you're correct and they don't tell you, well, there's still other things you can do. Okay, you can go to a past exam bank and get past exams that your professor may have already written. Okay, you can figure out how questions are asked through those past exams. You can speak to other students who have taken this course. Okay, they might be able to help you and tell you how to prepare. And lastly, you can even create your own potential questions. Okay, in fact, that's probably one of the best things you can do, because you're actually thinking like your professor, and you can create potential questions that you could get on the test. Okay, so that's how you figure out. That's how you get more clear on what's going to be on this test. Okay. Now, remember what I said. Most students never do that. They study first and then they figure out what's on the test. But by that time, it's too late. But you're smarter than that, right? You've already figured out what's going to be on this test. Now, when you figured out the clarity of this test, that's when you start studying. And the reason why that's going to help you increase your grade, save you time, effort, and frustration is because as you're reading, you're going to start seeing potential test questions pop up as you're going through the material. Okay, you could be reading a chapter and say, hey, that's a great multiple choice question, and I know I'm going to get multiple choice questions on my exam, so I'm really going to focus on that one, and it's going to stick. Or you could be reading something else and you could say, hey, I know I have short answer questions, and that's a great short answer question, and then you're going to pay more attention to that, and that's going to stick. But more than that, you're actually going to be able to look at questions, look at the material, and you're going to be able to say, hey, you know what? I don't really need to know that, or that's not going to be that valuable. And just think about how much time that's going to save you, okay? So, step 1, get clear on the exam. Step 2, study once you get clear, okay? And have the exam in the back of your mind as you're studying. That'll save you a lot of time. Number 3. Now, number 3 I think is one of the most powerful things you can do. And believe it or not, less than 5% of the students do this, okay? What you need to do is allocate at least 1 or 2 days to practice communicating the correct answer a few times before you actually get to the test. Okay, I call this externalization. When you practice externalization, what you're doing is you're converting information that's in your brain, you've converted it into knowledge. And so when you practice communicating the right answer a few times, what this does is it stops your brain from blanking out, it reduces test anxiety, and it helps you answer the questions more accurately, more concisely, in less time. Okay, and when you do that, you just can't help but just do much better on a test. Okay, so try these 3 things. Remember, step number 1, get clear on the test. Step number 2, study with the test format and the test in mind. Okay. Number 3, practice communicating the answers a few times before you actually write the real test. Okay, and that's it. And if you want to find out other really helpful tips to help you get that 4.0 grade point average so you can get scholarships, bursaries, signing bonuses, and get the best jobs, send me an email at contactus@theartofbeingsmart.com, and I'll be happy to chat with you and talk to you, and we can set up a personalized program for you to get that 4.0 and be one of the smartest students at your university. Okay, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.